spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. After a good pickup on the run, it's second down. Quarterback checking off. He's back to throw on second down. Got his man on the right. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4 down. Gun wants to pass. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. Makes a grab enough for the first.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
He's got his man. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They use those back-to-back explosives to set him up first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Second and goal for this offense. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line.
And as an offense, I got to find some good plays down here where I can get the ball out of my hands, get some positive yards. That wasn't one of them. Let's not do that one again.
They've methodically worked their way down the field. The 11th play of this drive, and it's third and goal. And that one did not work. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the 4th down.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
The offense set for a first down play. Out of the gun to give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On second down, he'll let it fly. It's complete to the left. At the 35, he's got room. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. And the Terrapins will hustle to the line.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire...
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive line.
The expressway is wide open. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll run it on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and I love running the football down the red zone. You've got to be able to do it. And 1st down, obviously, is the right down to do it. But now limits the options a little bit more. 2nd down after that loss of yards play.
Gets it out quickly. And the catch!
It's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers...
And the ball's free in the backfield. Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble. 2nd down after the offense averted absolute disaster. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the 1st. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Hey, man, 4th and 1 at any part of the field is risky to go for, especially when you're in your own end of the field. But they did. It was a good play call. I like them being aggressive, especially after getting that 1st down.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play call.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the 1st half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback.
Just steamrolling the defense. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Using his legs to buy some time. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And the Buckeyes have taken it inside the 20. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Buckeyes! What a catch and run for 6. And the extra point is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, Phyllis, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. SMU came away with the victory today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Dallas had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Coming up, nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive. So they'll try to make up some of that ground on 2nd down from the 16. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. How about that job to get down in the nick of time to avoid the big hit? The Terrapins will try to pin them back with the punt. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. He's got great speed. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And now on first down after converting with the run. From the gun, running back on the move. Got room to work. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. Oh, and he's able to get the ball back, but he does lose yardage on the play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up for it.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll try the run. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in College Park. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. And how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the shell.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourself.
Trying to get behind the defense. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Gets a nice surge and crosses the 5 to the 6-yard line, a pickup of 3. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Fakes the grab on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Quickly to the tight end. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver.
And that pass is intercepted. Touchdown, Maryland! How about that D coming up with a play like that? What a play by this defense with a pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen.
And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that bang.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Terrapins.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Quarterback will audible. They'll throw it on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's hauled in at the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. He is an absolute blur out there, and it doesn't take him many grabs to have that yards per catch through the roof, sort of like Harris Campbell has done or David Boston back in the day.
And these are the guys that scare the absolute mess out of you because they can fly. They run right by you, and you're a corner. You're backing up because you're so scared of their speed, and you can see it was on full display there.
Well, not much the defense could do there. The defensive end crashed down thinking the running back had it, but nice job of the ball handling there by the QB.
Just trying to avoid negative plays, continue to put stress on the defense. That's what he does there.
And that's a play this guy can run in his sleep, too. They rep this over and over and over. It's like clockwork for this guy.
They're going to run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect...
Just keeps moving. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, you saw that broken tackle, David. This defense has to do a real good job with gang tackling to stop this guy.
You cannot assume one guy's going to get him to the ground. Everybody's got to swarm to the football, all eyes on him, and play physical.
And that pass picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
We've just seen in this game the ball's just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
Spits it out to the back. They're working that left side. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Buckeyes are threatening in the red zone. Going up top on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
He's looking for an open man on second down. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on him today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker to protect their quarterback.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. The field goal is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They come to the line hoping to get some of that yardage back from the 17. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Get it out on the screen. Still running at the 40. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And the offensive line and the quarterback has to do their job on screens. They got to sell. Pass down the field, pass down the field. Offensive line releases. Quarterback now snaps his eyes to the running back. The running back does the rest with the big boys out in front creating a pass.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this week?
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Maryland!
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. NC State was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Wolfpack performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Turns it on down the left side. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. Just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team They're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
On second down, looking again to throw. Finds his tight end. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And the Terrapins will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. And if they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Finds his man. At the 40, there he goes. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. It's a bad scheme to try to cover this guy one-on-one, much like Michigan State tried to do against Joey Galloway in '93. But the difference there is the reason Joey Galloway couldn't be covered is that no one really wants to be around him.
Ain't that the truth? We work with him weekly. We can say that and be very firm about it. But here's the thing, Joey Galloway. Think about the other names. Ohio State fans, Reese, they're going to claim, wide receiver U. They try to claim that because so many greats have been through that university.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Kick the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on third down, and life is much better. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab down the middle. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. And the Buckeyes are marching down the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give from the gun. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the fourth quarter for the touchdown.
And he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. To the air on first down. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Defense playing a bail technique. And back to the air on second down. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long.
False start, offense.
Mental errors like that just kill drives. We'll see if they can overcome it. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Woodhead. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man, and they convert. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.